Christine Keeler is dead, and I hope the obituaries will not dwell too long or too excitably on the strange beauty of her face and the slenderness of her figure, nude astride the chair in the famous photograph of 1963. Her beauty, by itself, gilded a myth that was never true for her, that the 1960s were swinging in London, and it was an era of hope. If powerful men were happy to exploit a 19-year-old Keeler's age when she slept with 46-year-old John Profumo, the Secretary of State for War, and Yevgeny Ivanov, a Russian spy then, says this myth, the misery of rationing and of war was over. That is a media construct, and it is stupider than most. A former model who was introduced to society figures by the osteopath Stephen Ward. In June 1961, when Keeler was 19, Ward introduced Keeler to John Profumo at a party at the Buckinghamshire stately home, Cliveden. In 1963, Ward was tried for living off immoral earnings after claims that he introduced women including Mandy Rice Davies and Keeler to rich clients. The case ended with Ward's suicide. The British model made a headline-grabbing appearance at Ward's trial, claiming that her lovers included Viscount Bill Astor, the owner of Cliveden. Told that her alleged former lover denied her allegations, she answered, "Well, he would, wouldn't he?" Rice Davies died of cancer aged 70 in 2014. The Soviet naval attaché had an affair with Keeler at the same time as Profumo. The romantic triangle led to Profumo, then Secretary of State for War, resigning. The affair nearly destroyed Harold Macmillan's government. Profumo spent the rest of his life volunteering at Toynbee Hall, a charity in East London. He died in 2006, aged 91. Written by Holly Watt. This is not a story about Britain emerging from the dark of the 1950s to the light of the 1960s, with Keeler as evidence of change and sexual freedom. The way she was treated exploited was as conservative as might have been expected in the 1860s. Essentially, she was used by men who survived, while she did not. The exception was her enabler Stephen Ward, who killed himself during his trial for living off the immoral earning of prostitutes. What kind of girl danced topless at a Soho cabaret club in the late 1950s, visited by aristocrats seeking a thrill, even if their own daughters did not work there? A poor girl, of course, in this case from Uxbridge, abandoned by her real father. According to her memoir Secrets and Lies, her stepfather touched her when she was 12 and asked her to run away with him, because he did not love her mother. He beat her mother too, and he drowned the puppies. At one point in her childhood, it was noted by authorities that she was malnourished, and she was sent away. Keeler's physical beauty made her exceptional. It was, potentially, an escape route from poverty, and it might have made her happy, had she been less credulous. But it ruined her. Men would not leave her alone, babysitting was perilous as the fathers attempted to assault her. When she was 17, she tried to abort her baby with a pen. She failed, and the child died at 6 days old.